Vladimir Likhonos loved chemistry. It was his absolute passion and obsession. He was a chemistry student, but keeping his studies confined to the college laboratory wasn't enough. So intense was his passion that he'd sneak out dangerous substances from the lab to work on them himself at home, away from prying eyes. But it was this fervent fascination with the volatile that would result in the man's tragic and downright bizarre death. So during these renegade experiments of his, which he performed by himself, hidden away, he found that chewing gum helped him concentrate. Just a harmless habit, nothing to see here, a bit of chewing gum, fine Vladimir, you do you, baby. But this guy, he found the flavor was never up to his standards. Bear with me, we're going somewhere with this. So before chucking it in his mouth, he'd dip the gum in powdered citric acid, which he felt gave it a sharper, sourer taste. This guy didn't just live and breathe chemistry, he chewed it as well. December 5th, 2009 rolls around. It was a day like any other. Vladimir had finished his day of studies at the prestigious Kiev Polytechnic Institute. As per usual, our bad boy of chemistry, he snuck some of the good stuff out of the lab. And by good stuff, I mean explosive chemicals that in the wrong hands can maim and decimate. But he was confident in himself. He knew what he was doing, right? He makes it back home. He greets his doting parents who he lived with. He goes up the stairs and disappears into his room. Hard at work on strange experiments, Vladimir dips his chewing gum absent-mindedly into citric acid. Just like he always does. Except he doesn't. I think you can see where we're going with this. Confusing the citric acid with the volatile chemical, which he bafflingly kept right beside one another, he makes a fatal error. His parents downstairs hear a bang. They go to inspect, but what they see horrifies them, destroys them. Lying there with his entire jaw blown off, alive but barely, was Vladimir. When he put the chewing gum in his mouth, the chemical had reacted with his saliva, torn his face apart. An ambulance was called and nothing could be done, and Vladimir died soon after.
How it feels to chew 5 gum. Stimulate your senses.